Hey, Daquan.
What's up, man? Hey, how's it going? I know.
How you been, man?
I've been good. I've been chilling, living life. You know how it is. How you been?
I've been just busy with Cam Collab, where I collab with other artists, make something happen.
So that's why there's, oh, hey.
That's the reason why there's 2 cameras. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a real honor, man. I've been waiting for this for a while.
I just wanted to get to know a little more about you and let people know that there's more to it than just a guy in a camera.
That there is a lot to me that people don't really know. So I mean, it's cool that I got this spotlight on me to shine that I'm not just this photographer, I'm also a human being.
How about, let's start it off with, I mean, for the people that may haven't heard about you, so can you tell us about your set skills? Where did you start from as far as photography?
At a young age, I was a child actor in the Bay Area. I was born in Vallejo, California. So at a young age, I was traveling from San Francisco to Vallejo, just back and forth, just trying to get my start in acting, taking acting classes, commercials, you know, Colgate, Juicy Juice, all that fun jazz. I remember doing my very first photo shoot as a child star, and from there I was kind of like, wow, like this is cool. It's a camera. Then transferring into just skateboarding, so I stopped acting so I could become a skateboarder. And with skateboarding, it's like you gotta take photos, you have to film video parts, and that's what I did. I had like little point and shoot cameras that I filmed like little videos on, camera phones.
How are you getting robbed? Trying to get this front tail down the trail. Security kicked us out the first time. You flipped the bitch while you went inside. I'm about to land it right here. This fucking game.
Until I would say about 2012, when I was like, yo, I really want to like do photography. I got a Fujifilm point and shoot that kind of looked like a professional camera. I used to go around to all different types of like shows and take photos. Looking back at like old photos from 2012 to now, and I was like, wow, the progression it's insane. It's insane because the same with like people that draw or they paint, they revisit so many images that they did before and see the progression to where they're at now, and it's like mind-boggling. I had an ex tell me that I wasn't gonna make it, said that I was gonna pick it up, give it up, and I was like, all right, stupidly listened to her. And then after getting out of that, you know, situation, I ended up selling my PlayStation to get my very first DSLR. I got a T3i, and I got an Otteca 6.5 millimeter lens. So I filmed, that's all I was filmed skateboarding, and I filmed like skate videos at my local skate park. I ended up buying a 28 to 135 from a local filmer for like $40. So it was like a $300 lens I bought for $40. I sold my acoustic guitar because I picked that up and I gave that up. And so I got that, and that night I just started, you know, taking photos, just do streets. And I was doing the basic stuff. I was still trying to figure out who I wanted to be as a photographer.
Around when was that? What year?
Honestly, that was like 2015.
Okay, 2015.
Yeah, it was 2015, and it was crazy, honestly, just that transition. I was like so comfortable with my camera. I was comfortable with the settings I was doing. So I started shooting friends, and then that went from friends to like networking with other models and just try to build a name up. I did so much research within the course of like when I got my T3i to when I got my 6D. So around tax season, I did all the research I could, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this Canon 6D.
Right.
Got the taxes, went straight to Best Buy, the Best Buy I actually worked at, and I got 6D 50 millimeter brand new backpack, and I was like, cool, I'm ready to go. So that was kind of like the big re-imaging of Daquan Terrence.
Tell me, is it worth it? Tell me, is it worth it? Tell me, is it worth it? Come on, baby girl, tell me, is it worth it?
And just doing all the shoots and learning from all these other models when you shoot different people, you pick up certain skills, and it's kind of a learning process. If you're not doing YouTube and like doing the tutorials on YouTube, so you do everything like on your own.
Right.
So I was shooting like tall models, and I was like, okay, why? Like, I got to start learning how to frame. Shooting short models, you got to learn how to frame. So all of that was just kind of the breakdown and the turning point of what I became.
You gained this immense skill of taking out super extraordinary mood from different clients, different models, from every shapes and sizes. How did that start, and how did that evolve?
Like being an actor, learning acting classes, you're learning how to possess mood, and you know, you have to channel in all your energy when it comes down to doing roles. So if, you know, I'm trying to go for like a sad, you know, feel, I want someone to think of something sad, or I'm trying to tell them, like, I'm not trying to force it, I'm trying to just to have it casually come out. But honestly, chemistry is like a big thing when it comes down to me and the models. Like, if I get to know them and I get to know a little bit about them, to where now I know how to possess the mood out of them. It's all what's in the head. It's all what you think about, and that's how you possess the mood. It's what's in your head, it's what's in around you. That's how it happens.
I just want to see you. Damn. Something I can see through, baby. Man. You make my dreams come true. Can I?
Oh yeah, I just, hey, baby, can I come and see you? I just, hey, girl, you seem always on the move.
How to use colors in a way that puts that mood in the spotlight. Orange is very prominent. Do you do that pre-production, or do you do that post?
It's a little bit of both, a little bit of pre and a little bit of post. When it comes down, there's been times where I've told like models to wear certain colors to bring out certain moods. So you know, it's not only the mood of the model, it's the mood of the colors, like you said. So blues is more of like the sad look, orange and yellows, reds, it's more of like this happy little, like when you see them, the brain reacts a certain way. So with me, when I see yellows and I see oranges and I see just nothing but beautiful colors, I get happy. When I see stuff that's like very blue, very dark, that's the sadness that comes through. So it's kind of a reflection of what, you know, emotions that you're feeling.
In the mood of your pictures, there's a lot of mood on it, like you said, happy and sad. Is that a reflection from the photographer?
Yeah, it's a lot of self-reflection. Honestly, like when it comes down to like, you know, my concepts and like my shots and the captions I use, it's all like how I'm feeling in the certain moments. To me, like I can't fake emotion. I can't fake, you know, how I feel when it comes down to art. When really, like, art is like self-expression. So when you see somebody, you know, holding their neck, those are like the moments of like, okay, I feel like I'm choking, and I feel like I'm just like, you know, the pressure of like the air is just being clogged. When you see like shots, like photos of me where I'm like covering, you know, my face, putting like my hands over my face, it's a sign of vulnerability. It's very scary to let people in, as, you know, as a person. So I let people in through my photos. So I show them the moods that I go through. And, you know, it's a scary thing when you finally see your feelings being portrayed into a photo, and then you sit there and you start reassessing, you start thinking about things. So it's kind of a bittersweet type of thing. It may be good for other people to see the self-reflection, but then from my standpoint, I'm like, okay, I'm revisiting a lot of things.
Yeah. Why you drive so fast? Why you drive so fast? Girl, where you gotta go? Girl, where you gotta go?
So the 3 steps: location, composition, chemistry. Honestly, every single spot is a location. Like you can go to one main area and then walk around that whole entire spot and find several places that you can shoot at. Bushes, gates, doors, stairs, everything. Composition is a very, very key thing. I know a lot of people that have learned photography through school, they know the rule of thirds. I mean, everybody knows the rule of thirds. It's something that everybody needs to know, but sometimes you need to break the rule of thirds. And you need to do everything in your power to set the composition that matches to your liking and your style. framing every single thing around the subject and making sure that it's full from left to right, top and bottom. And then chemistry with just the model, not only yourself but with the model or with the friends. You want the chemistry to be strong. You don't want nothing to be awkward. You don't want models to feel uncomfortable. You want an all-around good experience and a good time, so when that person sees their photos, they see that it's like it was the best shoot that they can ever have, and they continue to work with you.
You've established yourself in the portrait world very strong, and you've transitioning again to more on the fashion and editorial. Tell us more about that.
It's been in me for the longest time. I've always wanted to do it, but I just wanted to continue with the portraits, and I was being heavily influenced by, social media, Portrait Page, and Pursuit of Portraits, all like the amazing content that you see on there. But I was lacking a lot of growth in my work, and I was getting into creative slumps, and I was in a creative slump for almost 3 weeks, to where I didn't want to shoot. 3 weeks. 3 weeks of not in, like,
that's not a long time, man.
Oh, to me it was a long time, because
okay.
like I try to shoot as much as possible, but the slump came to the point where like people were hitting me up like, hey, let's go out shoot, hey, let's do this, and I'm like, I don't want to go out. Like, I couldn't force myself to do it, and even when I forced myself to shoot, nothing came out of it. And around the time that was going on, Tyler the Creator's album Flower Boy had dropped. It got leaked on SoundCloud, and I sat on my bed for like the longest time listening to this album front to back, and that was when the creativity started to flow. And I was just like writing down all these different ideas and looking up all these different outfits, and I ended up hitting up a stylist and a model, and I said, I really want to do this, let's get it going. The stylist went to Goodwill and bought like $30 worth of stuff and brought it to the shoot, and we shot about 10 outfits in a whole entire shoot. And it was like that moment where I was like, oh my god, like the editorial vibe was coming out, because when I was showing people these shots, because I was so ecstatic, I was like, oh, I can't wait to show these people these shots. And people were like, oh my god, this has that Tyler the Creator vibe, this has that Flower Boy vibe. And that was exactly what I was going for. And right there, that was when I knew, I was like, okay, I want to start doing more editorial stuff. I want to put more effort into, the outfits and the concepts and the projects. And then I kind of was like, went back to the old routine of doing the portraits again, and then again went into another slump, and I was like, okay, so I'm bored. I'm bored of what I'm doing. I'm bored of the constant stagnant and the complacency of where I'm at. And then seeing the style that you do being done by several other people in your communities, but not only that, in the industry alone, there's so many portrait photographers that are doing almost the same thing, or they're doing different things, but there's people getting influenced by them. So I was like, okay, what should I do? Then I said, all right, I really want to do fashion. I really want to do editorial stuff. So I've always been a big fan of Vogue. I've always been a big fan of clothing. So it's nothing new to me, but it's new as a style of shooting. And I have to focus more on outfits, and not only just the moods, but also the locations, and learning a little bit more to where I'm getting better at retouching. I'm getting better at, I've started a whole new editing process. I don't edit the same anymore. The process of editing and the way I do post and pre is completely different. So it's a whole nother ball game that I'm super excited to, just do.
So what am I here for? Mario Testino, that's kind of like the obvious. He's hands down one of the best when it comes down to fashion editorial. Everybody shot with them. Actors, actresses, Princess Diana, that was like her favorite photographer. Other editorial photographers, Ocean Allen, aka Smaller Ocean on Instagram, my mentor, if you may will, really cool guy. So far I'm still kind of transitioning in the scene who whose styles kind of peak to me, but I still have like a solid list of people that I see and I'm like, oh man, like loving their work, and their work just goes into an inspo folder. That's a key thing. Like before, I was afraid to shoot artificial light, and I learned it. So I was learning it from my buddy Andrew, and then also, you know, other people were teaching me, don't be afraid of light. Use every type of light source when you're shooting. Even if you're a natural light photographer, you know, kind of try to learn everything about lighting, learn your exposures, learn your ISO, learn your aperture. You'll go a long way once you know how to light. The best way you can contact me is on Instagram at Daquan Terrence, all one word. If you have any questions or you want me to check out your portfolio and critique any of your work, or just want to, you know, have a chat, hit me up at my email, daquanterrence@gmail.com, as well as checking out my website, www.daquanterrence.com. Thank you guys for watching my episode of Cam Collab. For you guys that made it to this far, I'm giving away 5 exclusive street photography black and whites from my San Francisco series. So all you need to do is you need to like, comment, subscribe, also follow my page, and in the comments below I want you to post your favorite food, and I will choose 5 people out of random to get the print. Celebrity oh god. So I have a thing for Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek.
If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Click here if you guys want to see more videos just like this one and for the latest. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. I'll see you guys on the next video, okay?